This is the strand of Til Now that is future planting. So what we did was we worked with Hometree, who are a charity organisation who are basically expanding the native rainforest of Ireland. So we worked with Sarah Broderick and Jeremy Turkington to kind of come up with a planting plan for 4 sites around Callan. So one of the sites is here, the Abbey Meadow, the other site is the Moat Field, and then the John Lockes GAA pitch, which is over there, and one private housing estate called Bolton Woods. We came up with a planting plan. So for microforest, a linear food forest, and also riparian zones too. This is a grassland meadow, and we have only a few of those left really in Ireland. It's a really beautiful habitat for an awful lot of grass-dwelling birds, animals and insects. For our solitary bees and moths, it's super important. We have kept into consideration the desire lines from the young swimmers and anglers that come down to the river here as well. So we haven't planted where those desire lines are, and also for views as well. We don't want to be getting in the way of people's existing engagement with the natural world. We want to be complementing it and making it better for both the human and the more than human. So by that, we're being very considered, I suppose, about where we plant. We'll be working with Trees on the Land over the next 3 years to kind of extend a hedgerow, a native hedgerow flanking the side of the GAA pitch. So what we've done there is we've done 2 microforests and we've begun the hedgerow. So we will expand on that next year and the year after. The only place that we did kind of more of a very light touch intervention would have been in Bolton Woods, where we planted 12 pedunculate oak trees along the side of a soccer pitch, where there were 12 oak trees that were 150 years old kind of flanking it. So we mirrored the 2 of them, and part of that idea was to basically kind of I suppose again connect people to the natural world, to show people this is what these trees are going to look like in 150 years time. This is what they look like now. They're up to here. These trees are just magnificent, you know, and to kind of foster kind of a guardianship and a kind of protectiveness about those trees. The last place that we planted was the Moat Field, which is another of the lungs within the town of Callan. So that has the Norman Mott and Bailey on it, which is where the actual town was born. And so around it is the floodplain grasslands, and around that we have a path that was just put in just as COVID hit. So has been a huge, I suppose, asset to the town, and it has become beloved of the town by the people of Callan. We have the grasslands, then we have the microforests, which are kind of coming off of the hedgerows, expanding the actual kind of habitat for all of the mammals and birds. And then we have the riparian strips, which are holding the bank of the river together, but are also kind of cleaning the water, nitrogen fixing, helping with any kind of a buffer zone soak. It's been a real joy to kind of work with National Parks and Wildlife and the Biodiversity Officer to tell them about these plans that we have and to be supported by them. We're creating corridors for biodiversity to live and kind of be. So by this climate action, we are protecting the biodiversity that is there and enriching it as well as bringing people into the equation too, so that they then know what is happening, how it is benefiting them and the natural world around them.